Cheers. You got a monster.
Cheers.
Monster.
Cheers.
Any drink for beer, Petya?
You want some
Are
drink?
you ready?
Whatever.
Well, welcome to the podcast, and here we have our dear guest, Petya. Now, Petya, we are not chasing perfection, so if you feel like I just right now, it's okay.
We're also trying to swear less.
Oh yeah, well we are
Good
started
start.
off on a good start, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna introduce Petya today, and we're gonna discuss a few topics. And I would like for you to start very strong with one key highlight and one key moment of yourself. And I gave you this task before the podcast, so you should be fairly prepared, right?
Fairly.
Now go ahead, take the spotlight, and it's you.
Thank you, Marty. Well, a key thing for me, where to start. One lesson that I learned actually, and it's driving me in life recently. Quitting is for winners. And yes, and I'll tell you why. Yeah, it's controversial, yes, I know. But knowing when to quit on toxic people, habit that doesn't work for you anymore, environment which is not okay for you, it doesn't align with your values, it's key. This is something that actually drives me recently, and I think it's working really well.
Alright, very nice. So, in my perception, the way that I understand it, it's like, it sounds like pivoting to me, right? It's more like I'm having that direction, but instead of that direction, I'm just gonna pivot in a different direction. You don't
it's
actually,
kind of,
not quitting in a way, but you're quitting
It's-
something, but you're not quitting the whole direction. If that
Basically,
makes sense.
Yeah, it's working.
you're,
Vision, yeah.
you're quitting the things that don't work for you anymore.
Uh-huh.
Like
Change your
it's
behaviors.
not like, oh, like I'm just too lazy. It's not working. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm not giving up.
Mm-hmm.
I realized this is not working for me, so I'm going to do something better in order to reach my goal.
There you go. Johny, what do you think?
I think this is a good mindset to have because basically, well, we've all been there, like in an environment which doesn't help you to do anything. So the change of behavior is literally the key. So whenever you feel like stuck and environment doesn't help, you just have to slightly change the direction where you're moving, and that's it. And you will see differences. You'll see.
Straight away.
So it's basically telling the viewers that it's okay to quit and start something new.
Yeah, find a
Yes,
different
it
environment
is.
straight away. Helps.
Awesome.
Find what works for you, and if you're stuck in something, as Johny said, find something else that works for you. So you keep progressing, and yeah, you may have some setbacks,
Mm-hmm.
but find your way, find what works better for you in order to reach your final destination.
Interesting. You're putting it in a much broader aspect than what I usually do. I usually do it in smaller aspects. Let's say I'm testing out a new strategy. If I'm going to organize my work to this week a little bit better. If it doesn't work, I'm going to drop it, start something new.
Well,
Yeah,
But you're putting it on a bigger perspective.
Yeah, I believe she talks about
Yeah.
in general environment
Yeah.
in your life. I'll just make a simple example. Like let's say you are a young teenager or an older guy, let's say, having a very toxic environment. Everyone is just clubbing, going out there, junk food,
Mm-hmm.
drinking alcohol, or
The
this kind of
standard.
stuff. So basically,
standard.
you're not you're kind of quitting all that,
Yeah.
but also you're just slightly pivoting and just
You're
changing
choosing.
direction. You're choosing what's better for you,
Yeah.
and this is the only way if you want to set some goals and get some.
It's difficult. It's difficult to actually do it. It's easier said than done.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're in this environment, it takes time to be like, oh, actually it's not working for me.
Yeah.
And to actually, to realize what's better, what's good for you. It takes time, but once you nail it,
Yeah.
go for it.
Because now when you're talking about this, the moment that pops into my head was with me and Vladi. Our training was so fixed that we just couldn't change our perspective and we couldn't see what was going wrong because our muscle was just totally plateaued. We didn't gain any muscle at all. And then the moment you start quitting on something that doesn't work, that's when actually something starts to work. I got to the point where we finally got to the right conclusion.
Yeah.
Right, not misunderstanding the key concept here, the key lesson. So the viewer will definitely benefit from this as well. The key lesson is to find what doesn't work, and actually find something that does work and just go for that one. With us, the specific example was very simple. We just train in a very set way, and then I change the way I train, and I get more muscle. Very simple. Honestly, with fitness, that's just how it is. But you can try and make that simple concept onto other things in life as well. But there's obviously other stuff like anxiety, like all these thoughts.
It's just some basic stuff which applies everything in life. Yeah.
So it's just how much is actually stopping you from doing this thing and how easy it is for you to change that. Yeah, the realization is the big part. Right? The first part is just the awareness.
Well, talk to people, take a break if needed.
Yeah.
That helps.
Yeah, so I just wanted to go into the direction now on how to actually apply this type of realization. Do you have any tips on what you've done to do this change for yourself?
Actually, journaling helps a lot. To put your thoughts onto paper and then read it out loud.
100%! Actually, funnily enough, a little bit of transparency, Petya and Johny are my clients. And
Surprise!
with your friends as well. And we talk with this, if it's okay to share with Petya. And
Absolutely.
journaling was one of the things that we tried as a strategy for her to organize your thoughts.
Absolutely.
Right? And I think Johny did the same thing. I did the same thing. It helps. Literally, there's no other way for you to organize your thoughts. If you're having so much
Seeing
stuff
it
in your
there,
head, you have to write it down.
Yeah, I would say even the most important thing is to get to talk to yourself. Like, you won't be having the thoughts if you're not ready to find them.
Yeah.
So, as Peter just said, taking a break, it's important because basically I would call it 1 step back, 3 steps forward.
Yeah.
Because you're taking a step back from everything what didn't work, and you're just analyzing what was going right and what wasn't going right.
Yeah.
Also, I learned a tool. This tool I learned from the David Goggins Can't Hurt Me. I think he was calling it AAR. Can't really remember. I think it's action from the fields or something like that. So analyzing the actions which wouldn't work or worked or whatever, and then just sit and think, what have I done wrong? I definitely done something which could be changed. You just take a step back, you look at all the perspectives and everything what would hold you back. Then tell yourself what you have to do. Obviously you'll write them down because otherwise you'll forget what's important.
Yeah.
So journaling comes in after you already had the conversation with yourself, what was wrong, and then you just apply, just put it in steps.
Yeah.
Like, make multiple groups of things which you have to be doing and apply every single day. And at the end of the week, you just can just tick what you have done and what you haven't done.
There you go. So yeah, we basically summarize it into one actionable step. First step is journaling, and then the second step is I call that RRI, review, reflect, improve. And
Perfect.
I've done that structure. So basically, you review what you've done the past week, and then by reflecting, you're looking at it from a perspective where you're not attached too much with emotions, like, oh, I'm such a failure. Like, if you say that, you're off on the wrong track. But it's also a very important part of understanding that you can improve. Right, that's the next step. So yeah, that's absolutely amazing, and I think we kind of got to a very nice conclusion with actionable steps for people and for ourselves. And I think the next topic would be 3 people that are your inspiration. Could be book authors, could be YouTube video creators, anyone that you really aspire to or listen to and has structured your thoughts in a way.
Me, myself, and I.
That's good.
Myself and I.
Three?
You got three
Three?
personalities in
Yes. Oh, they're much more than three now.
Definitely.
Yes. To be honest, I remember when you asked me to prepare this question,
Yeah, I did.
and I was like thinking for a long time, but I was like, I don't have like specific person. I'm getting all my inspiration by normal people which surround me on a daily basis. Seeing how some of them are battling with lots of different things, and being there for them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can name if needed. I can name someone famous, and that'll be Stephen Bartlett. He and his podcast, like it covers so much different topics.
Yeah.
You can learn a lot, and he started just like you in Manchester a couple of years ago, and now he grew a lot.
And also, a couple of years from now, will be big as well.
Yes, yes.
People will
it
be
will
looking
be-
for us.
Enough experience and
Yeah,
Share it with the
literally,
people.
he started like you in a small room, all by himself, and now, I cannot wait to listen all his episodes. But yeah, all my inspiration comes from people around me. I'm finding lessons within everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's you just like talking about gym while we're doing something or not, I'm like, wait a second, he put some effort there, like he can taught me this and that, so you inspire me to keep pushing with just simple thing. You and Vladi, let's not forget Vladi, or someone at work, like I'm grateful for everyone, and I'm inspired by simple people. I don't want to name anyone, to be honest, but
Oh, actually, in the previous podcast, we
you
touched
name,
up on this topic with friendship.
this is
people
a big
next to
thing.
you,
This
yeah.
is a big thing for me, because I heard a lot of my friends recently, actually, and I couldn't believe it, telling me, you're such a support. And I was like, I haven't done anything,
Boom,
like
away.
literally anything, but then I'm like, okay, if it's not just one person saying it, maybe there's something. That's why I started like me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
Because I'm happy being there for people too,
Nice.
and trying to inspire them to keep fighting and achieving their goals.
There's a very nice quote that says, in teaching you learn, and in learning you teach.
yes.
Basically,
Absolutely.
that's the best way to summarize. Yeah, your type of learning and helping out people. So through support, you're learning yourself and then structuring your
I
thoughts
grow
and
myself
feelings, everything.
to
By connecting with other people. Very
Yeah, I'd
nice.
put it that way, that some people, by supporting and helping, they're actually getting the inspiration of moving forward and doing it more often, and getting used to this kind of lifestyle. Just helping people out is going to bring you more joy and more inspiration and more happiness than any other. Any other thing.
that's
So,
it.
yeah.
You put it really nicely. Thanks.
Well, yeah, that's what we're trying to do with this podcast.
Yes.
Anyway. And
Helping and learning at the same time.
Awesome. Well, that's the topic covered. The next topic was balance between work and personal life. This was a very tough one.
Oh,
Me as an entrepreneur, I do whatever I want all day. But you guys,
easy.
However, I remember the days. I remember the days,
Go,
and I
go.
would actually want to hear how was it as you started. Go for it.
well, work-life balance. I wasn't an entrepreneur all the time, but I did have the times where I had to work as an employee as well. Well, self-employed, but employee.
How's that?
But still, managed all the stuff that I wanted to do, and there was a very big hit of reality and expectations. Because I was putting myself under so much pressure, like, this is only me, I have to do all this work by myself, but I'm not managing to find my time and then manage it. And then obviously there's a lot of other factors outside of work, like personal relationships that you have taking a lot of time, effort, energy, and just comes down to prioritization, right? What your priorities are and how willing are you actually to put that priority into place. Right? Where your focus goes is where your energy goes. And my focus was just going completely elsewhere. Whereas I wanted it to go that direction to building the business, my main business, but it was just going somewhere else, and that was just a very big misalignment.
Yes.
Like everything was here, I was down here, I'm aiming here, but I'm moving this direction. And internally, that was very frustrating and very hard. At the end of the day, I still managed to like daily go to a safe headspace, not in a negative headspace of nothing's gonna work out, like where my life is going. That type of headspace wasn't something that kind of overcame in my head. I always managed to find a way through meditation or through journaling or through organization in my day-to-day life. I managed to find a way, at least. It wasn't overwhelming in a way. But then I realized, okay, it was just a phase. This phase, I have to go through it, understand and realize that I can at least still learn a lot from this phase. And then what can I do next time to improve once I get out of this phase? But yeah, and that also comes down to what you believe. If you believe that you'll be stuck in this phase forever, then you'll be there.
So basically you're implementing the RRI.
Yes, yeah. Once you implement that, then you start to slowly and steadily, week by week, understand what is the main key thing that you have to be doing to get out of this balance, right? Because you want to try and have control over everything, over work, over personal life, everything, but it just doesn't happen. And once you're in so much pressure and stress, I think now Betty can cover that part. How do you deal with that? Because I dealt with quite well, but I want to see how you dealt with that as well.
I needed a break, actually, because I'm that type of person that loves having things under control all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And usually I'm high achiever, so I need to make sure everything is done properly. My job is quite demanding because I'm managing people, and it comes with a lot of stress, actually.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, I was like, whoa, what's going on? Like, I went into autopilot. I just keep pushing and my body just got tired.
Mm-hmm.
My body just started giving me some signs like something's not okay. And it was like, okay, let's sit down for a bit and see what we're doing, why we're doing this, and like how we can deal with that. So for me, it was really important actually to talk to someone, to share, what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, to find. I kind of like seek help from friends.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're stuck in this situation, you can't see it for yourself.
Yes. That's completely right.
Yeah, it's just like talking to someone or different people actually could help a lot. Like being open, not scared to talk. It's a game changer.
Mm-hmm.
Even though like I'm quite strict with everything, like I have my own like schedules and things. Sometimes it's like, that's too much. I'm surprised how I'm dealing with that. And whether it's like taking a break,
Mm-hmm.
As I did last week.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, a break from the gym because I realized I'm so focused on this. Like, I got obsessed, which is not bad, to be honest, but at some point I'm like, everything is gym. That's it.
Yeah, it comes down to kind of the same thing. You're misaligning all the things that you want to be doing, and your focus just goes in the direction that you actually not really want.
Yeah, that's
Yes.
true. Just get a step back, look at what you're doing, have a rest because our bodies and our overall system needs need to rest because otherwise you're just gonna override it.
I wanted to define the point which she said, my body says that something is not right. Could you possibly define that? Yeah, because these are symptoms that people will not realize them like you realize them. They're like, this is normal. Right? I'm just stressed. They might put it that way and it's not fine. They have to be able to see, okay, this is not okay symptoms for myself or my health and everything. So, do you have any definition of that?
Well, for me it was quite a lot of things, but not being able to sleep well. Constantly in
Very important.
constantly hyperactive.
Hyperactivity. But in
Yes.
the mind or
Yes.
physically?
In the mind, yeah. This is
My
exhausting
mind
me.
just
Yeah.
keep working. Like I couldn't stop my thoughts. Like it was just constantly. I need to do this. All the time there was something going on.
Yeah.
All the time. Even the simplest thing, I'll overcomplicate it.
Yeah.
And then I'll be full of energy in one moment, and then crash down.
Alright,
And
there you
then
go. Energy
Up
as
and
well.
down, up and
So,
down.
sleep, overthinking a lot of things, and the task list doesn't stop, right? The task list is ongoing till forever. Then the third one is just the energy you have. The crashes and the high energy, the lows, it's
Your
not
body
stable.
is just like fight or fight
Yeah, you feel that fight for this.
all the
Energy.
time, and then obviously you for some people you'll notice change in your behavior. You'll be a bit more sensitive. You'll react a different way. For some people, could be something physical changes.
Yeah.
I can the list is too long. I won't take time, but your body will tell you. You can feel the difference. Like things which weren't irritating in the past, now it's just like bam, and you explode.
Can you name a factor which affects all these three things you named just now? Like not being able to sleep, overthinking of sleep. This is the main reason why you couldn't sleep, and having a lot of tasks which you're supposed to plan, and then just the energy spikes is the reason of emotional override in the body and tiredness override because you wouldn't get the sleep you need.
Sorry. I was feeling
You
myself.
are so interesting.
Yes, if you can just name a one main factor which could affect all these things. Maybe you know because you said your body told you that. I'll tell you why I'm asking, because I have moments when my body does the same thing and I know literally how it happens. So I need
I'm
name
sorry, I
something.
couldn't really understand you.
Yeah,
I have to be honest.
like a factor or a key point when you're saying that your body tells you. Your body tells you when something is wrong, right? So obviously you name the sleep, the obviously overthinking on the little tasks and other stuff, and the energy spikes. Like one thing which could possibly affect on getting to that point or completely getting rid of these problems. I found a really big thing which helped me a lot, and I think it's gonna help a lot of people. And everyone knows about it. Just not everyone is doing it.
Which is?
No, but I'm gonna name it later.
Got me thinking maybe. The way you said it, I was like, okay, what is he trying to say?
That's the thing. I'm still like,
Yeah, but I think it's obvious, but we're just kind of missing the point. Give us
It
the
is
answer.
very obvious.
Give us the answer.
Relaxation.
Oh,
We are not getting the time to actually relax.
So rest. Yeah.
No,
need
rest is just rest. You obviously have a day off and other stuff.
yeah, but
When I say relaxation, that's mind relaxation, body and spiritual relaxation. You're literally planning yourself a day.
Mm-hmm.
Could be 2-3 days a month, 1 day a week, where you're literally just giving yourself 2-3 hours where you relax. Phone off, everything off, no writing, no thoughts, just relaxation. And you're trying to switch your brain, not kind of switch your brain down, but having a very positive conversation with yourself, and you're just relaxing. You don't think about work, you don't think about anything, relationship, problems in your routine of sleep or body routine or gym routine if you have one. Because a lot of people are just doing, obviously, a rat race. Work, and then they want to squeeze something in. I want to squeeze gym. I want to squeeze in time with family. I want to squeeze in quality time with a girlfriend, for example. You were saying earlier. When do you have time with yourself to actually relax?
Okay, give my example.
Yes.
You have one, I know.
Oh, this was very, very difficult, and I think a lot of people underestimate the power of this relaxation. It might be just a 5 minute, might be just a full hour,
Yeah.
it might be a whole day, but it's I think it's kind of like a habit that you have to build as well.
Yes.
It's
You don't
not
have
something that you can start. Like
Everyone
this.
knows about it.
Everyone can tell you just relax.
Yeah.
How can
But
I
you're
relax?
It's so
I have
annoying.
so many stresses.
I
That's
remember
the
when you told me,
usual-
Johnny, relax.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't relax.
Yeah.
I can't relax.
Yeah, so
You're just so overridden that you don't know what.
my
what
methods, I started with, again, there's a book which I bought for myself. It's like a 5 minute journal, and you have to actually properly invest your energy and your mental capacity to prioritize it every single day. I wake up in the morning. It has a very nice structure. You start with 3 gratitudes, then you work your way to 3 great things that are gonna make the day a great day. Right? So something that you would like to happen, and then you can do it. But the issue is that people would put something as if I want to have a sunny day. No, you can't control the weather.
Yeah, you can't.
It has to be something within your control. And once you start doing that for the past, I think it's been now 60 days actually. Yeah, 60 days I've been doing this
Oh.
consistently every day. Well, it just changed my mind in a completely different manner. And then the third one, just is a lot of people don't like this, but it's affirmation. Because if you repeat the affirmation of who you are, what you believe, eventually every day you start believing that. It's becoming a belief, a system of belief, right? Who you are,
Incorporated.
what you want to do. The simplest example is, oh, I can't seem to lose weight, I'm not a fit person. The moment you tell yourself this every day, you will never be a fit person. Whereas myself, I didn't see myself as a professional, but the more I started doing it, the more I realized how much I know and what's my expertise. I now understand, and I tell myself like I'm a proper professional in fitness, and there's still more to learn. But right, you have to acknowledge who you are right now, and then also be humble enough to understand where you want to be. And that's like the good balance. So you're not overriding yourself with ego and confidence and having that. No, I don't like it that way. It has to be a balanced approach. That's the main 3 things. So in the morning and then PM every night you finish off with
With a good day.
yes, with how the highlights. That's the keyword. The highlights of the day. And if you end your day and you can write 3 highlights or at least 1,
Or just name them.
Yeah.
Name them.
Yeah.
If you just still don't have the routine of writing them down. You didn't
Yeah.
start journaling. Just name them.
just at least
Before
try to
sleep,
find
yeah.
1 highlight. But if you at the end of the day you can't find 1 highlight, like a good positive thing, oh, you're in a big negative loop, daily negative loop, and that's gonna be very hard to get out of. But you have to then start off again with 1 good thing. What's 1 good thing for today? And you just change your perspective to a more positive one. And the last one is at night, the key lesson of the day. And that might be personal, it might be something that you've, again, learned from someone else. And that's the key lesson that you start to accumulate. And doing this for 365 days, every single day, that's like 365 lessons a day. And how many more positives? 1,000 and something positives a
Yes.
day, like for a whole year, with 3 a day.
So by starting making every single day 1 day good,
Yeah.
2nd day good, you can make a good week, you can make a good month, you can make a good year,
Exactly.
10 years, and
Yeah.
a whole
Have you
life.
done it?
Yeah.
Huh?
Have you done it?
Yes. And I
Uh,
started it actually, to be honest, last year, and at one point I just got overridden.
Yeah.
My brain got just stuck into one small problem, which I thought is actually really big. Everyone got problems, and that's normal. And I actually was feeling a failure, but when you fail in something, you can't just call yourself a failure. As you say, like, you can't call yourself something which obviously you're not, because that at that moment you're gonna start feeling like it. When you're feeling like it, you behave like it, and obviously nothing is gonna go right. But yeah, same thing I'm doing before going to sleep. I literally tell myself what I'm grateful for. 3 key things what actually helped me today, or I did. I told myself yesterday, and I did them today, and I'm glad I did them. People who might made my day, because there are so many people you can meet on a daily basis, which you didn't even pay attention before.
Yeah.
Even somebody just, I don't know, smiled to you because you were just grumpy sitting in the traffic and somebody a car driving by, and instead of focusing on something else, you were focused on the guy who just overtook you and like skipped the whole traffic, and you were just sitting there, wanted to start a road rage. Or you can just look on your left and see a kid there playing with his dog and just smiling and waving to you. It's completely different again.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, before going to sleep, I have this, I don't know, since I started doing it, it helps me falling asleep like in less than 5 minutes. First of all, I just obviously lay down on my back, because this is the best position of sleeping. And then, well,
go on,
for our
sorry.
body, yeah, well, kind of.
Like a mummy.
Kind of. When I close my eyes, I just feel so good. Like, I don't know, there is a reason for that. I'm just telling myself I had a productive day. I feel amazing, and it's just gonna shut down and sleep. And I'm trying. I bet you saw this video of someone on the internet, a guy saying, before going to sleep, start rewind the whole day backwards. And by the time you're gonna get to the lunchtime, you're gonna be already sleeping. Well, I started doing the same thing. I applied it, and now I actually get to the point where I'm in the gym and I already sleep. I don't even
Just
go to the lunchtime.
But at the
Clarify to the
beginning,
people when you're going to the gym.
I'm going to the gym. Basically, I'm coming home, I'm having my dinner, and then I take a shower and sleep. So it's literally 2 or 3 hours of rewinding in my brain. But it goes like more like in a matter of 5 minutes.
in
Thinking.
the beginning though, I remember you told me that,
I told you about this last year.
and it wasn't very successful.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
It's
yeah, it wasn't helping, because at one point I'm like, you're just losing the focus, and this is kind of a meditation to keep you on thinking about the same thing, because you would be thinking, right, let's rewind it backwards. I just had a shower, brushed my teeth, did the dishes, cooked the food, had the food. Then I was coming from the shop. At the shop I saw that, tomorrow I need to go to the shop and buy this. And from this point you already lost the track of what you were rewinding. So basically it's kind of a meditation to keep yourself occupied with only this one task. But also it helps your memory as well, because while rewinding it, you will remember things which you didn't really pay attention while you were doing them. Like just seeing a text written somewhere, or seeing a person and thinking like that person was like really looking really happy, or anything. But yeah, this helps a lot. Like before going to sleep, tell yourself why you feel happy, or I had a great day. It's not just an affirmation. The moment you start implementing, like your for example, your RRI is, how you call it?
Review,
reflect, improve. This help is obviously everyone does it different, and it's not everyone calls it review, reflect, improve, but it helps. And some people have the routine of journaling. I do journal sometimes. Sometimes I'm just find it easier to spin it in my head, and that's it.
Yeah, basically to recap.
Yes,
The
it's still a recap. I just don't write
yeah,
it down.
To recap
Mainly because
everything.
my handwriting is
Yeah.
really bad.
But you do it mentally. You do it in a way which you like.
Yes, so the steps don't change.
Yeah, and I think the conclusion for that is just to relax in a way that you like. Right? For me, it's writing down. If I don't have my notebook and myself, I built the habit already that I can use my phone. I already know the structure.
Yes.
So it's just the beginning is again, you don't know where to start, or what do I do, or what do I write. Just write anything that's on your mind. Right? That's the whole thing, and then you start having a structure with everything, and then you start realizing, okay, now I see patterns. I see patterns to why I'm responding this way, how I'm reacting this way, and you start to grow over all these stresses and all these factors. And the moment you grow that way, you become wiser, right? And the moment you experience that thing, then you can let it go and continue on to a better path for yourself. And I think we covered most of the things in the podcast. So it's been about 25 minutes already of the podcast, and it was quite fast, right?
I have something to add, to be honest, because obviously we are talking about what helps us right now and what works, but obviously before you get to the point where it actually works, you're in that cocoon, dark mode where you didn't even start, you didn't even start taking care of your body. Start taking care of your body first. Drink enough water, get enough sleep, eat enough protein. Obviously, don't eat too much junk food. If you drink too much alcohol, cut it out, or drink less, or drink it only on the weekends, or don't drink it at all. Like, I don't drink alcohol at all for more than 1 year. Yes.
If you're in that dark space, reach out.
Find somebody who's gonna help you.
Find
reach
someone,
out your friends.
Reach out and don't be afraid to do so. Doesn't matter if it's someone that you know for a long time or short time. Just acknowledge that in front of someone else, and let them do something for you, even if it's the smallest thing. Be vulnerable. You thank me later.
Yeah. So as I said, take care of your body first. Obviously, it's gonna take. For some people, it's gonna take up to 2-3 months. For some people, it's gonna take a year, and everyone is just different until you're gonna find what works for you. Because it's easy for us right now to say, this works. But before we got to the point where everything works, I was getting home and thinking, oh, life sucks. I haven't done what I told myself I'm gonna do. I keep telling myself I'm gonna do this. I lose respect towards myself. I lose my self-worth. And then at the end of the day, I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to go and do this, but I didn't do anything. And then 1 week after, you're just like, fuck's sake, I haven't done anything for a week, and then a month, and then 6 months, and then a year. And if you're in this like situation for like more than a year, you definitely need to start changing things, because you are not stressed, and you are definitely not depressed, because I thought I was in depression, but you're not depressed. You're just in a state which it doesn't change at all. You're not tired. It just nothing changes. I said about this already. Start changing the stuff.
Sorry. I was going to say to the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Quit that. Start something new.
Yes.
Going back to the beginning of the podcast. Quit being in that cocoon, and that's the hard part. It's understanding where can you pivot. Let's try something new, and that's how you can change your life and transform
your life. Some people are just more introverts, and they just can do it while they're by themselves, and they're actually enjoying doing it by themselves. And the most of the time they're trying to do it with somebody, because it's normal to do it with somebody. When you're alone, it's not normal.
Yeah.
I can argue that it works for me when I'm doing it myself.
Everyone's different.
It really helps me.
At the end of the day,
I'm gonna talk with my friends eventually, but I'm gonna start it by myself, because I just like the myself. It helps me. Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, you actually are doing the stuff. It's not your friends doing stuff for you. They're just there to support you, to guide you, to give you new insights. Even though sometimes it might be difficult to say some things and difficult to respond to them. You may not like them.
But if you're not gonna say that, you won't have a reaction or a feedback. So at the end of the day, you still have to talk it with somebody.
Yeah, I agree. And life is absolutely beautiful.
It is indeed.
Life doesn't suck. Life
is amazing.
Life as a whole is alright. Life is amazing. It's beautiful. It's just some phases suck. That's it.
Well, you won't appreciate the good stuff if you don't have the bad stuff.
Well, yes.
Good way to put it.
As a 90-year-old man said, when you're young, your life sucks, but when you're old, you remember all this. Like the life went just with the speed of light, and you remember those moments when you were telling yourself life sucks, and you're just like, I want those moments back. I want those moments back. I want to do something different about it. I want to change it.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking as well. That I've tried to do it so much, and it got ingrained in my brain and in Vladi's brain as well. To think of that perspective of an old man. Time is gonna pass by anyway. How do you choose to make it in your way that you're actually gonna enjoy it, even if it sucks?
So how David Goggins says, imagine you're gonna die. You're gonna be in a massive queue in front of the God, and he will be opening scenarios of your life.
Yeah, your story.
And, yes, your story, and your time comes, and he's gonna I still remember how he said it. He's gonna open up 2 scenarios, show you the life you lived. You're like 120 kilo fat guy. You didn't do anything in your life. You were just sitting and arguing about how world is unfair and everything goes wrong, and you're just sitting there on the couch every single evening watching TV shows and stuff, and just saying that the life is bad and stuff like this. Or you lived your life, your actual life, and he will say, this is the scenario. This is the life you're supposed to live.
Yeah.
This is the life you're supposed to live.
You gotta take pride in that.
You did ultra marathons. You went to those. You went to those. Ultra trainings. I think you went to the Navy SEALs as well. Yeah. And you went through all of it. Just imagine you will have 2 scenarios in front of you, and he will say, "This is what you're supposed to do." Like this.
I'm gonna sign up to a competition, Johnny. Get it done. 3 of us.
I'll go.
Next year.
No, my competition is gonna be the marathon. I know that I'm not
First
allowed to
marathon.
I'm not allowed to do cardio, but I really love running.
For this phase, we want to build muscle now. Right?
I'm bulking.
For the next phase,
I'm bulking.
when you actually want to be like David Goggins, we'll train together.
What? You're gonna go around with me?
Well, of course.
Okay.
I told you,
he's actually a fast runner. He's big, but he's a fast runner.
Okay.
Yeah, I am actually quite fast. Now I'm gonna be faster as well.
Not faster than me.
Yeah, definitely not.
I'll be there to support you, I promise.
Just to the side.
Yeah, go Johnny! Well, I don't run yet.
Hey, but one of my goals is to become a hybrid athlete as well, eventually. So it's not just bodybuilding. And I want to do that by starting to train for high rocks training. And then I know there's one which is called Ironman.
Yeah.
Ironman. That's the toughest one, where you have to swim, go through the mud, to run, to lift weights.
That's a big one.
It's a very big one, yeah.
That's
a big achievement.
You're actually running through the mountains and stuff.
Yeah. That's a tough one.
You can do it.
Yeah, I think you can do it, and it's gonna be fun. Now I'm in a bodybuilding phase. I can't be doing all that and yet do the bodybuilding.
Yes.
Once I get in this phase, I'll have the body to do the training for the high rocks. Still look like a bodybuilder, move like an athlete, and then eventually get there. But anyway, that's my goals of fitness. I'll get to that point.
We'll get there.
And I think we have successfully completed the first podcast. Well done. In one take, with a guest.
With a guest. Oh yeah.
Come on.
With a guest.
Yeah, that's our first guest.
Usually Vladi is sat in like this chair now.
I'm mini
But man is working. Man is working right now.
Well, he's replaced by someone a bit more beautiful.
Oh.
Not as lean though, but
I'll take the lean compliment.
Good.
Alright, well, thank you, Betty, for joining the podcast. I hope
My
you
pleasure.
enjoyed it. It was very valuable for the viewer, for us. I learned some new perspectives as well. I think Johnny as well.
Yeah, I learned something as well.
It's awesome to have interesting people on the podcast. And you're an absolutely great friend. I'm grateful for you to be here. Grateful for Johnny to be here. And that's how we finish the podcast, with gratitude.
Balkan Power.
Balkan Power, out. Let's go. Yes.